Woo, I say we got sunshine. Been a while since we seen that old girl out there at the sun. But I'm pretty happy if you can't tell. Hey, we got on the menu tonight is we need to do a little work on the old Peyote. And if y'all don't know Peyote yet, she's one of my faves. She is a 1953 Pontiac Chieftain Deluxe. Baby, this thing was the Cadillac, well, the competitor to the Cadillac. And I gotta say, she looks cool, man. She's got a straight 8 in it. It's got an automatic, and she cruises down the road sweet. I got her set on, I put air ride on it a year ago, and man, I just like driving this car. So hey, what we're gonna do is I need to pop out some soft plugs and get rid of about 75 years of settlement in that block. We're having a cooling issue, and it's just only when we're sitting at like in a stop for a while, or if we was in parade mode, something of that nature, and the temperature wants to climb on us. So I don't like that, man. I want to run cool all the time, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna have to get old Sexy out here, get Sexy out of the shop here. I went ahead and did the rear seal on it, got that thing taken care of, got that pinion seal taken care of, and I'm gonna get it kicked out of here. We're gonna roll in old Peyote and start knocking out some soft plugs. So hang loose while I do some vehicle swapping. This old girl's gonna be nice and warm, I'm sure. Shut up in the old sun today. Oh yeah. Woo! Yeah, man. God dang, I feel like I'm in a microwave. Jeez. Let's get this old girl fired up, huh? Give her a little pump action. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, I say whoosoo. This old girl, she's a good one, man. She's a good one. So she's cold-blooded, even though it's 80 degrees outside. She's cold-blooded. So we'll go ahead and let this thing warm up here. I'm going to charge up, let that old air tank, yeah, blinkety blinkety blink, but it's working, I promise you. We'll charge up the air pressure in this system, and we'll get this old girl backed into the shop. Woo, I say she's hot. Huh? Got the old fuzzy dice, the old beads. We found these beads underneath the seat. I don't know, man. And for whatever reason, we decided to keep them things, or wouldn't. They don't look like they've been somewhere like they shouldn't be, but I don't know. We kind of kept the dice. We found the dice in the car, and we found the fuzz and the beads in here. So we said, you know what? They might as well stay. It kind of goes with the car, you know. But yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Let me give you a little backstory on this girl. So, buddy of mine found this car in the town about, not too far from me, about 30 miles from me here, and about 70 miles, 75 miles from him. Anyways, this old car was from South Dakota. but it was in a garage an old timer had, and it was a one owner car. This family had this car since brand new. But the deal goes is this: it was this car set, this 53 sitting in the garage next to a Chevelle. I don't remember what year Chevelle, but it was definitely had to be in the 60s, or else my buddy wouldn't have been interested in it. So he was trying to get that Chevelle bought. Well, they couldn't. I don't think, they kept like hee-hawing around and what have you, and they said, well, we got this Pontiac we would like to get rid of for sure. So my buddy decided, hey, I'll just go ahead and buy that the Pontiac, the 53, and to get in, thinking he would get his foot in the door to get that, possibly give him a better shot at getting that Chevelle. So that's what he did. He bought this car sight unseen, and it was like in the, I don't remember, end of July, 1st of August. It was pretty stinking hot, and anyways, he decided to go over there and get this old car. Here's the deal. He come flying, he said, I'm gonna drive that thing back. I ain't hauling it, it runs, let's drive it. So off the road he goes. First time this car been on the road since it hadn't been titled since like 91. And he takes off. He makes it about, like I said, about 30 miles or so, 25 miles to my place. He pulls in the driveway with this car, and I'm like, who the hell's in the driving the old 53, man? I'm like, I ain't never seen this car, and I don't recognize the guy. And I'm telling you, this dude and I pretty good buds. I know my buddy Kurt. I mean, I know him. Well, he came down with a bout of cancer, and it was hitting him pretty stinking hard. And it was so hard I didn't hardly recognize him until I got right up on him. I thought, holy smokes, dude, what's going on? Well, he ended up telling me about this car, and he says, man, I think my brakes are dragging. And I put my hands down there at the old wheels, and I was like, holy smokes, you are hot, buddy. So we brought her up in the shop, and we relieved the pressure off of the system, and everything released. We thought we might have had a hung valve or something, or a hung, we found that the pedal adjustment was loose. So boom, we thought, okay, there it is, because he said it kept gradually getting tighter and tighter. So I readjusted that, and we went for a drive. Him and his wife and my wife. He says, let's go take this old cruiser out, man. And dude, we went down the highway and set this old girl just floated and cruised right along 65 mile an hour like nothing. And I'm like, man, I'm in love. And I told that old boy, I said, Kurt, you ever decide you want to get rid of that old car, let me have the old first dibs at her if you would. And he's like, you know it. Well, unfortunately, my buddy passed away about 6 months later. Maybe not even quite 6 months. Good dude. Had his own repair shop. Kids ran up the drag strips. They still are. They're pretty sharp boys. Good wife. And man, I just broke my heart. And about a year after he passed away, the family got a hold of me. Said, hey, would you be interested in that Pontiac? And I was like, you know it. So I went over and snagged her. I couldn't drive it home, it wouldn't start. Something was going on there, and so I hauled her on home and unloaded it. Once I got in the shop, I had it running about 10 minutes. Good old points and condenser, if you know what I mean. And man, ever since, I have just enjoyed the hell out of this car. And I got 11 hot rods. So this is one of my faves, and it's one of the slowest ones I own. But there's a story on the old 53 Pontiac. Let's go ahead, I think she's aired up, she's warmed up, and let's get this old girl risen up off the ground and in the shop. That's right, check this out. No park. We just go straight into race mode. But I got excited with you guys and I about forgot the old battery tender. Let's get that old girl unplugged, what do you say? I ran the battery tender and everything, because you guys hear me tell you I got like 11 cars. And if I don't keep tenders on my stuff, the batteries will just keep me broke all the time. So let's get this girl moved in. Well, I tell you what, it's a lot of work to be moving, jockeying around cars. I'm thinking about going down and get the 31 too to drive it to work tomorrow. So we'll see how far we get. This is going to be a multi-day, at least a 2-day deal, because I just know I've already done one of these Pontiac where we rinsed out the old settlement out the block, and well, that's a couple hours and it's already late in the afternoon. Or late in the evening, I still haven't got other things I need to get done. So, whew, I'm out of breath, man. There she is, man. This is old Peyote. Let's see what she looks like underneath the old skirt. Flat, baby. We say flat head action. Okay, 6-volt system. Now, you say, how in the heck do you got a 6-volt system and run air ride? Well, you can do this a couple different ways, right? Some guys run an auxiliary Santa style air compressor and pump air just like it would be an AC compressor. That's doable and that's cool. But I didn't have an AC compressor laying around. I did have an alternator laying around. So what I did is I went ahead, let me get a light. Jeez, I'm telling you guys all these stories and you can't even see the beauty of what I'm speaking, you know? So let's check it out. So what I did, I decided to go ahead and I just built a bracket to hold my alternator, change the old pulley off of an old generator so I can have that 5/8 wide belt. And so now I run an alternator, and down yonder is the generator. So this vehicle runs dual charging systems. I got a 12-volt setup and I've got the 6-volt setup. The reason I didn't change it all over to 12-volt, people goes, just shows the whole thing over to 12-volt. Listen, man, I've done that several times. In fact, the old 48 right here, she is a converted 12-volt system, and that, my friends, is a lot of work. I built that whole harness. Of course, you got to change all the bulbs, put resistors in to make the gauges work, and I just didn't want to do that to this car that everything works in the car. The radio does turn on, however, the speaker does not. There's no speakage. There's no cloth. It just gets hot. It's an old tube. So that's it. So that's my rhyme, the reason to running 2 systems. So let me go ahead and get the old coolant draining. While that coolant's draining, I'm going to rip off that alternator. we'll see where we're going. Get the battery out of our way. We got to get the battery out of here. We got to get the coolant or the alternator out of the way. And we got to get our coolant draining. We do all that, we'll be in good shape. You know, I had to warm that old girl up to get to moving. Boy, she's pretty warm. She's pretty warm, I say. Ouch. Yeah, she's really warm. We'll go ahead and get the old, oh, weird. Imagine that, 2 different sizes. Get the old magnetic bowl out here. I'll tell you what though, this car has been absolute fun. I am so honored to be able to, that the family and Kurt let me, you know, Kurt let him know that you sell this car, Dave needs to be in the old Ferg needs to be in the biz. So I'm pretty fortunate that the family honored him and honored me. So it's been a freaking blast. So let's get the old electrical juice box. Let's get this thing moved off of here, right? Oh yeah. We're gonna do everything like with 9/16 and 1/2 inch. There's that one. We'll get my special, the old special 9/16 out here. Oh yeah. Yep. Perfect. Perfect. There's that. This was the actual style battery that came in these cars. You can still get them. It's an actual agricultural 6-volt battery. We'll give that a cleaning when we get in. Okay. Now next is going to be get the old alternator here out of the way. Oh, you know what? Before I do so, I probably ought to go back in the back and unhook the battery, because she'll still have 12 volts on it. Because like I said, my air ride system needs that 12 volts. So let's unhook that battery back there. Let's do that. Look at that cool son of a gun. Yep. Came with the car. The old keys. Love these old cars with the keyhole covers. Well, I guess if I stuck the right key in there, huh? I'm too busy trying to look through the camera and say where I'm at. Oh, I probably ought to get a light. The lightsaber here is, God, it's one of your most important tools. When I was young, it was like I could see in the dark, man. But I can't see in the dark no more. No more. Oh yeah. Yep, that's it. I think. So here's my, while we're back here, there's the air ride system I put in. And there's the battery that I use. But I just don't think that there's enough amperage in that battery to really work my switches. I don't think the switch panel likes it. So I got a couple buddies that's got the exact same switch panel, exact same switch controller, and one of them had low battery issues and it was messing with the switch, or low voltage issues messing with the switches. Which makes sense, right? So I'm thinking that might be my problem. That little moped battery I got back there doesn't have enough oomph to get my solenoids switching. So, why I'm going to do this first, and then I'm going to install another battery, probably a regular size car battery back there in the back, and because I don't want to play dilly dick games with them switches. All right, so we're unhooked. I'm going to go ahead and loosen this old girl up. She's a little snug, man. Oh man. I hope I can just push this out. Okay. Don't worry, that went. Instead of draining it out the block or at the radiator, I'm going to drain this girl right here off the side of the block. I'm going to open that girl up and let it drain here. Yep. She's draining, old boys. And while it's sitting in here draining, what do you say we go get the 31? Ooh, maybe I ought to check weather first. You never know. It is spring. Yeah, let's do that. Weather channel. Yeah, I don't know why I really look at it. I mean, how accurate is it, you know? But hell, them guys are trying to predict Mother Nature too, so it's not like their job's real easy. But they sure catch a god of grief when they're wrong, right? Let's go daily. Let's go get the 31. Well, that was a quick little cruise down to the museum. Oosh. These neighbors got these napping ass dogs, man. But take the old Gothaman cart right there. The old Go Easy, baby. Take advantage of this and take this girl for a spin. What do you say? All this traffic coming down the road now that wants to. Woohoo! Yeah, buddy. kicked out. Somebody else wants to drive the car around town. Yep. She wants to go. She works with kids, and some of them kids that she works with, you know, they like seeing cool stuff like the rest of us. So she's gonna go by and visit some of her kids that she deals with and see if she can't make their day. I tell you what, I love that woman. Let's see if we can't race her. What are we gonna do? Whoa, she says, see ya. She says, see ya. Got traffic coming. I tell you what, man, she's a badass. That's right. You tell me what she's a social worker type woman, you know, play case manager. She loves them kids, man. Anything to make their day, I say. Anything to make their day. Old neighbor, I get ran over here. See, we live in a small town, so we get to drive these golf carts around like maniacs. It's a good time. Yeah, make us pay $10 for a tag and let us drive a golf cart. Gee, that's cheap entertainment. Yep. Back in the hacienda, I wonder if we overflowed on the old tank, the old catch pan, huh? What do you think? I bet not, because I went in there and before we left, I made sure I kind of dumped it to make sure we didn't go overflow. But hell, you never know how much that shit holds. So let's see what we got. What do you say? Well, I think it is time to do the hammer time. See how easy these things come out. See if they come out as easy as yours. Wow! Dang, that sounds solid, don't it? Oh, just went through that one. I better get her. Damn it, dude. Make it toward it.
It ain't moving?
Nope. Well, started to move.
It's gonna leave. You recording?
Yeah, recording. You're like the man, like Wilson. They can't see you. They just hear your voice, Dave. You're the mystery man in the back. Dang it. That's not as easy. Well, that wasn't as easy as yours, dude. Not at all.
No, but it's gonna leave.
She's a booger.
No, well, it's out.
Get the old jaws of life on her and rip that baby out of there. But it don't look near as deep as yours did, David.
You mean with shit in it?
Yeah. yours, as soon as I popped yours out, yours was, I mean, right there. But mine's not overheating as bad as yours is either, so. But it is doing its thing. It is. Whoop. There, got it.
Pretty rusty on the back of it, ain't there? Let me see.
Damn, dude, I don't know.
Yeah, we can get you some dirt. We need to let it dry up though. It's mud
Okay,
now.
so now we're gonna do this back one right there,
Yeah, everybody wants dirt.
and we're gonna do this front one, and then we'll go give it the old wash treatment.
Pushing that stuff up is out there south of that,
Neighbors.
or west of that garage. And I said, this grass here grows better.
We're in trouble. Them are craters I put in there, and I don't know how to get them out. So now we're gonna have to get creative. Yeah, they can be a booger. There, I got it. Got her moving there. Gee whiz. Guess I just need to hold my mouth right there. Come on, man. She don't want to give it up. God dang, come on. Wow. Woo. Uh-huh. So let me give you a little tip here why I just didn't keep on cranking on that. Guys mess up because they run that air hammer and they're trying to get that thing to punch. And a lot of times you can't get them just to flip real quick. And that's pretty nice, right? But he's been in there a long time. I don't know how long. This motor's been rebuilt once at least. She's a little loose, but tell you what the hell, she runs good. But you keep on hammering through there, what's going to happen is you're going to run your air hammer, the tip of your air hammer. I'll see if I can get you guys where you can see it. What you're going to do is run your air hammer into the cylinder. That light spot back there, that is the cylinder of your engine. And it will, that air hammer will crack it or go through. So no, don't do that. And you can't be marring the edges up. You can't get crazy with a chisel either. Sometimes they're a booger. You just got to be persistent and keep, yeah, you're using an air hammer, you're hitting things, but you still got to use finesse. And be, like I said, be persistent. So both of these plugs, soft plugs, have came out kind of rough, and that's cool. I don't care as long as they come out. Give me a little fight, I'm good for that. We got one more I'm going to kick out of there, and I got one more I'm going to kick out of there, and then we'll go into give it the old wash. Wow, you guys just missed it. I thought this thing was on. I was pushing that girl outside, things was getting western. Yeah, I'm fairly decent shape, man, and that car is a little heavy, if you know what I mean. And we got her big old booty a moving, and I couldn't get her stopped. So we got it under control though. So now we're going to do we're going to hook up this hose contraption and this air nozzle, and we're going to do some cleaning. We're going to go ahead and get this old girl washed out. When I did this on this 51 here a couple weeks ago, now it was a little bit more aggressive about heating up. I mean, a lot more aggressive about heating up. But as much settlement as I pulled out of that thing, I thought, you know what, there's a good chance mine has got some in it. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And get it in there, and it doesn't look like I do have some. There is some in there. So it's not gonna hurt anything per se, but I don't know if it's gonna help me. The radiator, I have never pulled that radiator. I've not, you know, attempted to, I flushed it, but that old girl's an old original. So there's a good chance that that thing is probably restricted and probably not flowing like a river. It's probably trickling like a dripping faucet. So that might be in my future as a new radiator. But first, let's get this done and see what happens. What the hell? I've already got the soft plugs and our job's already half done. So let's do it. Okay, we're moving water through there. That's a plus. Okay, it's on the bottom of that one. That's cool. Coming out everything. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there for a second. And between this soft plug right here, there's a gap between each one of the two center cylinders. So I'm going to sneak this copper tube down there with some air pressure, and we're going to get some stuff going on here. Hopefully. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's nice and dirty there. Okay, I'm going to go back this other way. Whoa, she didn't like that. Whoa. We'll go this way. Oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. God dang it. Now I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna go back this way now. See what she looks like. Oh man. So we got that girl cleaned up pretty good, and it's getting kind of late. Well, I'll say late. My dinner, I'm a big feller. I like to eat, but I eat like 5 or 6 times a day. So got to feed the old machine, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to try to pop a couple of these fleece plugs in before I go ahead and call her quits for the day and get cleaned up. And I got to do some do some stuff on the old pooter and what have you. And anyways, I found a new, I found an adapter to my air hammer that I didn't know I had. It was like a treasure. But I'm going to try to use this adapter for hitting this soft plug in and getting them started square. This is the deal. Putting these things in on an engine stand are super easy because you got room to swing a hammer and what have you. Well, here we do not. So if we can get this soft plug in started square in the block, then it's not a big deal to go around and lightly tap it in with a hammer. But it's getting it started square. That's the meal ticket. So I found this. This is to get super tight fasteners off. So I put it to one of my axle nut sockets and that fit that good, and we're going to try it out. But first I got to put a little paste on there. So what we're going to want to use is this former gasket by Permatex. We want hard setting. That's the ticket. Hard setting. I've done this with the soft set. I've done this with shellac. I've had, like, you got to, there's a good chance, or there's a chance that you're going to create a leak or have a little leak with them other two. I have not had that problem with this hard set, so that's what I'm using. A good amount. I'm not being bashful with this. I'm going to put some on my freeze plug here, or soft plug, whatever you want to call them. Expansion plugs. Okay. Now I got just snot all over. I'm fucking gonna get started there and get this stuff off my hands. Oh, here's my little friend. God dang it, it ain't going. I was hoping that would happen, but and this, of course not. So I'm going to get a hammer. I'm just going to use my axle socket. See if I can come over the top with this thing. God dang it. Now we got her in there, so now we're just going to continue to tap around the edge and just go in a circle and get it in there even. Woo! I'll tell you what, man, these things can be a pain, dude, but that's just part of it, you know. This is old car stuff. So there's one down. That took a couple minutes. Let's see if we can't get the others in there, huh? It's probably not going to be near as easy. All right, let's try this again. Woo! Winner chicken dinner, baby. That's good for tonight. We'll let that baby set up, and then we'll catch it tomorrow and fill her up, test it all out, huh? Woo-wee! We are on the best part of working on these old cars. The test drive. So I don't really suspect this to have too much of a heat problem because I didn't have one before. Again, boy, that old speedometer, she sure does need to be lubed up. She chattering. Seeing a little something. Gee whiz, old boy, you can scoot over a little bit. There's 2 lanes on this road. Holy smolies. I guess people, I guess I don't pay no taxes. Jeez. So, anyways, back to my spiel. I don't suspect we're going to have any type of overheating problem. It was when we got up the temperature and the old girl would start kind of climbing. So we may, you know, I'm going to go out there on the highway and get her all locked in place and see what she looks like. And then, of course, make sure that the old soft plugs ain't leaking, which I don't think they are. I did a trial run on as far as just a warm up in the shop, and everything looked good. So I think we're in all right shape as far as that goes. But also, I spared you guys the quick battery change. I went ahead and swapped that little moped battery and put on a full-size you know, car battery. It's got like 600 cranking amps, and the switches did seem to react better to it, so I think we're on a plus on that too. But oh snap, what do you say we go for a ride and enjoy the cruise? I set them off the windshield wipers. See, yeah, let off the old gas. There we go, whacky whack. Give it the old gas, and she, the vacuum operator girls, you know. Oh yeah. Let's get up let's get some speed. We'll coast. Let's coast. Oh, come on, baby, whacky whack, 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 whack. Good thing for Rain-X is all I got to say. Well, the old weed ear's running. That's usually my cue of it's time to mow. Oh boy, it's time to mow. So we're gonna wrap this up. This was a success. That old girl's not getting, we said let her sit here after a 20-minute drive. We let her sit inside the shop with no air moving, idling, creeped up a little bit, but nothing that it was doing before. So that's a success. We're chalking that off as a win. Let's hope my videos will get better. And if you liked it, hit that old button, subscribe that old girl, and until next time, deuces. Oh yeah, get out there and drive your shit.